Michelle from Nerdy Moms United, and today we're going to talk about how keyword stuffing hurts your blog's SEO and why does it matter. Stay tuned to the end, I have something special for you. How does keyword stuffing can hurt your SEO and why does it matter? How can keyword stuffing hurt your SEO of your blog? I'm going to talk about what keyword stuffing is. I'll show you some examples. Especially, why does Google even care about keyword stuffing? What do you do if you are in the Google website jail? Ooh, more to come on that. What is SEO and why does it matter? How does keyword stuffing affect your blog's SEO? How to avoid keyword stuffing in your blog posts? How to do long tail keyword research. What are LSI keywords in SEO? How to use LSI keywords. What is the best keyword density for your SEO? And how to do on-page SEO keywords correctly for your posts. What is keyword stuffing? Keyword stuffing is the act of putting multiple keywords in your posts. And it kind of looks rather trashy when you do it, actually. It's pretty much you're repeating the same word over and over again in the same sentences. And it just makes it hard to read. And it does not make for a good user experience. This was very common practice years ago before search engines got really smart about that. Before, it would help you get free traffic. Today, it doesn't make it as easy to get free traffic. Search engines like Google and Bing changed their algorithms to combat keyword stuffing, so it's not as effective as it used to be a long time ago, but actually it makes it a lot harder to do that now. They actually will levy traffic penalties or block your site because of it, and that will really hurt your free traffic. There's two types of keyword stuffing. There's visible keyword stuffing and invisible keyword stuffing. Alright, keyword stuffing examples. You want to make sure your blog posts are written as though you're talking to another person naturally. You can tell when someone is keyword stuffing their post because it just sounds off. It doesn't make very much sense what they're saying. And that's what is a big detractor from keyword stuff posts. Usually it'd be better if you only use 5 keyword phrases in your post, which helps mix it up a little bit and it makes it look a little less stuffy. It just doesn't look right. Usually a keyword phrase has 4 or more words, and these are considered long tail keywords. Here in the example below, I have an example of what keyword stuffing looks like. The keyword is custom decorated cakes, and you can see how that term is used multiple times, sometimes more than in one sentence. As you can see here, it says, we sell custom decorated cakes. Our custom decorated cakes are handmade. If you're thinking about buying a custom decorated cakes, please contact our custom decorated cakes artists at custom.decorated.cakes at, and then whatever the email. You see how weird that whole sentence, that small snippet of a paragraph sound? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little ridiculous. That is why we don't keyword stuff, because it doesn't sound right. Why does Google care about keyword stuffing? They care about keyword stuffing because they also call it irrelevant keywords, for one, because it doesn't help with the experience of the writing. It gives poor user experience, and Google's all about giving good user experience when it comes to their platform, because their job is to provide relevant search terms and content to you from those searches. Well, if all the content's keyword stuff, it's not really good quality content. They consider it low quality. It also will affect your ability to get a Google AdSense account. That's really important because that's a good way to make passive income on your site. And if you cannot get a Google Essence account because your posts are keyword stuff, then you're not really making much money. Here are two excellent resources from Google about what they consider irrelevant keywords or keyword stuffing and the Google Webmaster Guidelines. I'll drop both of these links down below for you. I also have a very good post that details all this stuff that we're talking about today about how Google will penalize you for keyword stuffing and how it hurts your SEO. I'll leave that post link down below for you as well, so that way you can get all the juicy, meaty details. What if you're in Google website jail? Okay, let me be clear about what that is. For one thing, there really technically isn't a proverbial website jail. However, they can block your site from showing up in search results. That they can do. Plus, they can also downgrade your site in the search results page, which is the page, that very first page that shows up when someone is looking up a search result. You want to appear on that first page. Well, they can downgrade you so you don't even show up on page 1 at all. That's a big deal, because not very many people go past the page 1 or even page 2. You want to first fix the problems and then request your site to be reconsidered, so that way those penalties can be removed off your site so you're no longer being penalized. Here is the site where you would go to get your site reconsidered. I'll drop that link down below for you as well, and it's in my post. What is SEO and why does it matter? SEO is search engine optimization, which helps your site get better results in the search engines. It helps your site be understood by those search engines, which is Google, Bing, and all the other ones, because if the search engine algorithm does not understand what your site is about, it's not going to show it for a search result. There are two types of SEO. There are on-page SEO and off-page SEO. I detail the differences between those two in my blog post. What SEO does for you is it helps bring free traffic to your sites because of search engine results. It also helps your ranking in Google, Bing, and other search engines, because you want your site to be on page 1 on the very top to get the most click for your SEO time and effort. Helps you make money with your site, which is important, because if your site is getting found, then it's bringing traffic, and if you have ads on your site that depend on you bringing traffic into your site, that means that's money coming in. So that's really important for you in your blog to get your SEO right, so it helps with your money earning potential. Especially if you sell your own products, you're dependent on people coming to your site so they can see your awesome products and offers, so people will actually want to buy your stuff. Two great plugins you can use on your site. Only use one, not both, because both will not help you. Rank Math SEO, which is one that I do use, and I do talk about the benefits to it on that blog post regarding SEO. It's the same one that's down below, and I also talk about Yoast. Rank Math is free, and that's why I like it. So many features for free. I just love it. And Yoast is another great one. They have a free and paid plan. To look at the benefits between the two, check out my posts so you can see for yourself. How does keyword stuffing affect my blog's SEO? It affects how your site is being read and understood by Google and Bing and other search engines. It also affects your ranking, so that's a big deal. If you have poor quality content that's keyword stuff, they're going to rank it low in the search results or not even show it at all. You can rewrite that content so that way it's no longer keyword stuff. Put more meat in it by putting actual facts and show that you actually did some homework and research in that topic you're talking about. That way you have excellent content, because to search engines, content is key. And if your content is not excellent or it's not even very good, it's going to play a big factor in how it's getting ranked in those search engines, because if your content's not clear and provides value, search engines can tell by the algorithm, and you're not going to get much traffic to those items. And you want the free traffic. It just makes life so much easier. How to avoid keyword stuffing in your blog posts. First thing is research and know the topic you're going to write about. If you don't know much about it, people tend to keyword stuff or it's poor quality content. Actually do a little research on the topic itself, so that way you can actually tell whether someone did their homework on that or not, especially if it's a very detailed topic. You can tell the person knows what they're talking about or they don't. So definitely do the research. I mean, for my really long, beefy posts, I do put a lot of time and effort in the research to make sure I'm getting good data, good references regarding those terms that I am writing about, because I want to make sure I'm providing value, because that's how you're going to get the free traffic. You want to make sure you're using long tail and LSI keywords in those posts. That way it ranks better in your posts. So that way people will get to see it more, because Google and Bing are showing it to more people, so that way they get that information. Focus on quality, not quantity. You want your post to be quality content. If you have a bunch of posts that are subpar content, it's not going to help you get more traffic. Plus, if you have good quality content, people want to share that content, those posts, with other people because they got something out of it and some value. And that's how you get free organic traffic to your blog. What are long tail keywords in SEO? They're 4 to 6 words long. They usually form a sentence or a phrase regarding the topic you want to talk about. Those are usually what people use when they do their search engine searching, like how to make cupcakes, how to change oil in a car, those kind of things. It provides better quality search engine results. And usually your long tail keywords will be found in your metadata description, title, your images, and your post content. I have a full detailed list on my blog, on the post I was talking about earlier. It has a fully detailed table of where you'd put those long tail keywords, so that way you put them in the right spot, so that way you're making or hitting your SEO goal and having a rich post. How to do long tail key research. Okay, let's use an example of cupcakes. You don't just go to Google and put the word cupcakes in there and expect it to spit out a cupcake recipe. It's not going to do that. You're going to get millions and millions of search results, and none of them are going to be close to a cupcake recipe. For your long tail keyword research, you want to pinpoint a question you're going to answer with your post. Your post has to answer a question. Use that question for your long tail key research. Let's say, since our keyword is cupcakes, how about we look up homemade chocolate cupcake recipes? That's a long tail keyword. That's the question we want to answer with our post. I know you're thinking, wait a minute, aren't we talking about SEO? Yes, we are talking about SEO. We're not talking about kind of funny topic that I've decided to pick, so hope I'm not making any of you guys hungry. Now we have our long tail keyword that we want to do more research on. I have an example of how to do long tail key research table. I have an example table on my blog that you can use using the cupcake example, so you can see what keywords, the keywords I wanted to use in my post, how you make them into long tail keyword phrases, so that way you can get better search engine placement ranking for your post, because that's what you want, and how you can use that information to formulate your long tail keyword title and URL links, because that's a good place to put your SEO terms. And here's the link to my post right here. This is the same post I've been talking about. I will drop the link down below for you. What are LSI keywords in SEO? These are latent semantic indexing. What it does is it helps you paint a clear understanding of what you're talking about in your post. These are related words to your main keyword. It helps describe your main keyword. And you would also put these in your meta descriptions, your subtitles, images, and post content to use in your post. So that way you're getting more bang for your buck. Here's an example for you of how to use LSI keywords. Here I'm comparing two different words. I'm talking about the word fall. All right, there's in the English language, we use it in two different ways. Either we're talking about the season, the time of year, or we're talking about falling down on your backside because you try to do a skateboarding trick. Since the word fall is not very descriptive, the search engine algorithms need us to use more descriptive words, which are the related LSI keywords, to give more context to the main keyword. So here you can see some examples. I use the word fall and the word mouse. So depending on my descriptive LSI keywords, I'm painting a clearer picture on what I'm speaking about. Here you can see the two examples I did for fall and the two I did for mouse, whether I'm talking about a computer accessory or I'm talking about the rodent. So you can see here why LSI keywords help you be better understood, especially when it comes to SEO. So that way the search engines know what you're talking about, and it just helps with your word count as well. Descriptive words are good in your posts. Also with SI keywords, I have a little table on my post on what that looks like with the cupcake example. So it helps you understand how to do that research too. Examples of how to do the long tail keywords and the LSI keywords and how you do that proper research in my post. So check it out. What is the best keyword density for SEO? Well, depending on who you talk to, it's between 1% and 2.5% of your main keyword. This is a guideline, not a hard rule, but this is what I've seen when I was doing my research. Now, this percentage does not include your LSI keywords, which helps you boost your SEO score with your search engines. You also write your post as though you're explaining it to a person, just like if you're talking to a friend or teaching a class or something like that. It's written as though you're speaking naturally. If you use your keywords as though you're speaking naturally, it makes it so much easier for people to understand when they're reading your posts. A lot of times when you're doing research for your post, you write everything out, and then you go back over in your wordsmith and you add your LSI keywords and your keywords in there appropriately, so that way it makes sense when the reader is reading it. How to do on-page SEO correctly for posts. Your SEO keywords and your page elements for your post. There are 13 places you can place them when we're talking about posts. I have a full table of where you would put them in my post, so that way you know exactly where to put them. Here are some of the places you put them. You put it in the page title, the title or header tag, which is H1 tag of your post. You would put them in, and these are your keywords and your LSI keywords, okay? You need to put them at least in your subheadings, which is your H2 or H3 tags, your post URL, your page and meta tag descriptions. Also, at least one alt tag image, which is the alt tag for your image. You don't really see it on the front end. I have more detail on this in this post below. To make this a lot easier for you, I created the K.I.S.S method to SEO in your post. With this, you will learn how to do LSI and long tail keywords. For it, I give you an example chart of what it looks like when it's filled out, and I give you blank fillable charts of that same one so you can do your own keyword research, so that way it takes the frustration out of it. I even give you an on-page SEO checklist for your posts. That's also included. Before and after checklists. So before you do your post and after your post of publishing it, what you need to do to get the most bang for your buck for your SEO for on-page and off-page. How to do long-tail keyword research, how to do the LSI key research, and this is the more detailed approach of how you would do it, so that way you can fill out your keyword fillable chart for your posts. How to use LSI keywords. Also, it covers all the 13 keyword areas so that way you can optimize your posts to the most advantage. So my book will teach you everything you need to know, plus all the charts you need, so that way you will be able to do it and rock it like a rock star. I hope my video was helpful to you about learning more about SEO. Get my ebook with helpful templates so that way you can rock your SEO and get found on Google and Bing so much easier, so that way you get more free traffic. So get that ebook so it will help you out. If you like my videos, like and subscribe, leave comments below, and I will see you in my next video.